That's a really interesting word, by the way, nodal. We'll come back to that in a second. Of specific communication circuits, however tiny these may be, or better, one is located at a post to which various kind of messages pass. So, there's some interesting nodal points, communication circuits. If you read this, he's constantly going about the computerization of society. And he gives us one example of, this is completely irrelevant, but he gives us one example of IBM. And what if IBM suddenly have put a satellite in the sky, and it's spinning around and they own it, and it can suddenly accumulate a lot of knowledge, and they've suddenly got quite a lot of power, and who's able to access that knowledge? And yeah, suddenly power is moving away and shifting outside of the government of the state to areas of just individual private corporations. Nodal points as well, if you think of node as well, it's also like a rhizome, which is like this. Now I got this off the internet somewhere, so it's your website, I'm really sorry. But it's a really cool diagram. Has anyone come across a rhizome or Gilles Deleuze or anything like that? Rhizome is like a type of plant which isn't a tree. It's good to come to that. A tree has roots, it's got a basis. Think of it as well the meta-language, or that thing I said about earlier about the Archimedean point for Descartes, that point at which you can build knowledge further. For Lyotard, no, rhizome. Things are just connected all together and flying around, completely different and changing. And it kind of stands in space in some sort of weird flying way, and it's got no real basis. It's got no way to approach it from left or right or anything like that. It's got no orientation. And it's why people as well relate postmodernism as a type of way of perceiving the world as schizophrenic, as opposed to like paranoid, which is meant to be modern. It's like Habermas, we'll do later. We've got another one of these which is even cooler. This one's quite nice because some get really big. We'll see as well how some power relations get really large, begin to consume everything else. And this is something where Habermas and Lyotard agree, that the computerization of society is the fact that there's one dominant language which is going to govern everything and terrorise everyone. They don't want that. They don't want one way of understanding the world. They don't want one, neither of them want us all to be treated as some sort of unit within a circuit, meant to pass on information, meant to perform some sort of task, meant to constantly increase the performance of the way the general computer works. This thing is a totality. Habermas wants to sort of break it down to general discussion, wants agreement on discussion, okay, which Lyotard said amounts to the same thing essentially, and Lyotard especially doesn't want that. He wants eventually to come paralogy, things to be quite separate and new games to be invented, and things to generally go against the grain of one big black hole going to suck in everyone's ideas and the way people think. So, which is what capitalism does, doesn't it? It spreads all around the world, it finds people, and it says, oh well, no one's here, just a few villagers, we'll put a McDonald's there and make them work in it. So it's not what Lyotard wants at all, it's not what Habermas wants, and we'll come on to that in a second. There's also this other thing I've got. Has anyone come across this? This is really cool. It's a Möbius strip, and does maths. And it's not it's a one-sided shape, but it's not an impossible one. You just get a sheet of paper and fold it round and just connect at the end. Around here. So it's only got one side. And this is also his understanding. This is just a way he explains his understanding of history. He doesn't explain it like this in Postmodern Condition. It's in Libidinal Economy, I think. Not sure, I've not read it. But anyway, it's generally the way history works is if it's not progressive, if it's not leading somewhere like modernity says it will, that will all that some sort of rational knowledge will take over the world and systematise everything and make us all better people and all think in the same rational way. How do we understand history is working? Is it circular? Does the same events go over again and again, like Nietzsche said? It's a very, very Nietzschean thing of he says, no. Let's not think of it like a circle. Let's think wacky. It's a Möbius strip. It's like a circle, but it's got no internal workings. It's got no inside. If you think of the same as a word, in fact. Exactly like language games, a word does not have an exact reference. It's in the way you use it. So it's got no inside history, it's got no internal workings, no logical development, nothing like that. It's just the same thing, just this what Deleuze calls as well a plane of immanence. It's just there. There's just nothing beyond it. It's just floating around, and that's generally the way time progresses. There's also a really cool one of these to go on Wikipedia as well, which is like you can make a bottle out of them, a fine bottle. Yeah, it's quite nice. Anyway, so the social bond is linguistic. But it is not interwoven with a single thread. It is a fabric formed by the intersection of an indeterminate number of language games obeying different rules. Wittgenstein writes, language can be seen, so Wittgenstein is the same rhizomic idea of the structure of language and ideas, reality just works. Language can be seen as an ancient city, a maze of little streets and squares, of old and new houses, and of houses with additions from various periods, and thus surrounded by a multitude of new boroughs with straight regular streets and uniform houses. To drive home the principle that meta-language is inapplicable, he asks, there's a typo, he's spotting more typos, before me I'll buy some of beer. How many houses or streets does it take before a town can be a town? So once again, there's no internal workings, there's no exact definition to words, which you can describe to someone without them actually being within the language. They've got to understand the general way the whole structure of language works before they can understand one word. And also, he's just described something similar to the rhizome there, that the thing is about these previous diagrams was that they showed, these all look the same. The actual way language works is that they all obey completely different rules. They should all look very, very different. As I said, I just got this from a mathematical website. So, French is the way of understanding French is different to English. They're related because they've got the same sort of root in Romance languages. Well, English has got Anglo-Saxon thrown in there. So, take something more radically different, take the way, I don't know, some sort of Aboriginal Bushman understands the world, it's completely different. And his understanding of the world is no more valid than ours, it's just different. There's no some sort of objective reality of which to judge both of them from, which to judge them against us. There's no way of doing that, you've just got to respect him, his ideas. So, it's all completely different, and these ones just sucking everyone in are just the big evil ones, according to Lyotard. So so this is the general way that knowledge works then. It's just narrative for Lyotard. And he means this in literally the same way that myths work, like Homeric, Homer in Greece, and just the way myths work in primal societies. It's exactly the same thing. Narratives determine criteria of competence and or illustrate how they are to be applied. They thus define what has the right to be said and done in the culture in question. And since they are themselves part of that culture, they are legitimated by the simple fact they do what they do. So narratives, the same thing as like a word problem, bigger. They do what they do, and that's how they function. They're like a tool in interpreting people and creating people and the way they think. The narrative posts, sender, addressee, referent, are so organised that the right to be sender, like me, receives the following double grounding. It is based upon the fact that of having occupied the post of addressee and of having been positioned as the diegetic reference of the narrative events. So, why are you listening to me? Who am I? I don't know. You don't need to. You can talk amongst each other. You don't have to come here. But who am I? Do I have like a PhD in this? I certainly don't. Don't even have a BA. Don't have anything. So what makes you come here and listen to me at all? Is the position of power relations that the bookshop has set out between us. It's got to be that, and you're obeying some sort of rules of English, aren't you? Just the way English society is structured, that we're all quite polite, and we sit and listen, and we queue up nicely, and these type of things. And if we say something which you don't understand or which does noise, we don't start throwing things, because that'd be grim. But you can see there's a power relation here as well. So, why am I here? Well, I've once occupied the post of addressee. So, if someone tells you, say, a story, I'm telling you a story here, just postmodernism and Lyotard things. But say someone comes on the street and tells you this amazing story, and then you say, well, okay, fair enough. Well, where did you hear that? And they say, someone else told me. So, well, okay, you're trusting me here about all of this. But where did I hear it? I mean, I read it. You think I've read it, hopefully. Or a tutor told me. Who told him? There's no actual grounding here, is there? You don't actually get anywhere.